And hello to day 6 of our ELA Summer Online Enrichment class. And today I want to talk about the research simulation task and using the graphic organizer. So, starting this first one, I was guiding you through, and I'm using the examples, the text from tracking tides, and to look at how we can use the graphic organizer. So what I've done is that each part of the prompt was placed as a main idea in the graphic organizer. I then looked through each article to find supporting details and evidence for the main idea. On the next slides, it shows the articles and the organizer side by side to show the main idea and where in each article the supporting details and evidence were found. So if we focus on the prompt here, the prompt said, imagine you're a scientist at a research center that tracks tides. Write a report about the kind of work you do. Tell readers about the impact of tides and how tracking them can help people. Remember to use facts and details from both texts to support your ideas. Plan your report in the space below. Give as many supporting details as needed to support your main idea, and then type your final report on the following pages. So right now, today, we're just going to focus on doing the organizers. So I noticed that the prompt was really more than just one question. It asked for me to be able to explain what kind of work you would do if you were a scientist at the research center. So main idea 1, I wrote a question for myself. What is the work of a scientist that tracks tides like? So I can keep in mind I need to write about that. The second part of the prompt said to tell readers about the impact of tides. So in main idea 2, right here, I've placed what is the impact of tides. So I'll remember that I need to answer that part in the prompt also. And then on the next screen, I'll show you where main idea 3 states how tracking them can help people. Okay, so then I put my text and my organizer side by side, and I'll show you how to do that with yours. And then I just basically looked at the main idea. I need to identify the type of work that a scientist that tracks tides. What does that work like? And I found some information here. So then I've done the restating, taking the question and using it to include the answer. Scientists that tracks tides keep track of tides and watch how they change. Okay, and then I start putting in supporting details and evidence. And it says here the article on how tides happen explains that as the moon's gravity pulls on Earth, it affects the water. I gave some more, and notice because I have 2 texts, I'm sure to just not say in the text it says, because which text are you using? So I'm sure to give the name of the text, the title of the text that I'm getting my information from. So in tracking tides, it states. And then the same thing here. So, and I've highlighted just to kind of show you that I am finding this information in the articles. Another part, and remember it says to give details from both texts. So this other text, the other not how tides happen, this is where I got the other information that is in green. So I used information from both texts to give the supporting details and evidence for main idea 1. So you have to make sure you're using both texts. So after I had enough supporting details and evidence for main idea 1, I started to focus on main idea 2. Main idea 2, and again, I got that from the prompt. What is the impact of tides? And so I'm going to restate the question. Tides affect people in many ways. And we know we need to give, that's the main idea. And then I give my supporting details and evidence. And again, I went back to the article. Highlighted here is where I got this information. So I'm simply showing you how I went back in the text. I found supporting details and evidence, and I placed them into my organizer. Then the third main idea, or the third part of the prompt that was at the very top, how does tracking tides help people? And I should have a question mark there. And so, and I have a typo here. Tides have a big impact on people, and tracking ties helps people in many different ways. And where did I get this information from? In the same article of tracking tides, I've identified where I found this information in the articles. And then from there, I would be ready to move into writing. But the only thing you're going to focus on today is pulling up the 2 articles. I've already started a graphic organizer for you and showing you how to split your screen, how to break down the prompt into the different main ideas, how to use the information from both texts to fill out your graphic organizer. So let's see example how you will set up your screen. Okay, so you will go to the Google Classroom. You want to open the articles, the text that I've given you, so you can open one. I'm sorry, let's close this. So you want to open this one. And I'll just open that in a new window. Okay, then I'll go back to the classroom and get the second one. Let's open in a new window. Okay, and then I've included for you under assignments. So I wanted everyone to be able to get their own graphic organizer, and it would make a copy just for you. So this is where you'll find your graphic organizer where it says new assignment. I'll just open mine from here. Just one moment. Let's see. Okay, excuse me. Okay, so when you open up the organizer, you will see that the prompt is here at the top. There's to 2 texts. One's a web page, one's a newspaper article. And this is the prompt. Write a report that describes the kind of person Ponce de Leon was, what motivated him to explore new lands, and why people should remember him as a great explorer. So we can see there are 3 different things that need to be addressed in this one prompt. So the same idea, we're going to put each part as a main idea. So I've restated them as questions for you. You would need to answer, what kind of person was he? What motivated him? Why should people remember him as a great explorer? So what you can do is you want to pull out the first, just choose one of the text. You can minimize it and pull it over to the side. And there, move. Let's pull it out first. Okay, then we can minimize it. And then we want to pull out your organizer. You want to pull that out separately and then minimize it here and go back and find our article. Okay, so this way you can have those 2 things set up, if it stops moving, set up so that you can work with it side by side. And as you're looking at main idea 1 or 2 or 3, and you find that information in the text, you can simply come over here, type in whatever it is that you need. So today you're going to work on filling out your graphic organizer. You want to submit it to me. I'll take a minute to look over it, and tomorrow we'll talk about going in and doing the final draft of your writing. So if you're using your graphic organizer, you remember to use both of the text, then you should be just fine with getting this completed. Okay, so I'll be waiting on your assignment. I just need you to complete your writing organizer today and turn that in to me so I can look over it, and then you can start with your final writing.